Well, hello everyone. Welcome back to Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney Trilogy. It's time. Previously, we finished the first game in the trilogy. And now, it's time to progress to Justice for All. I am very excited to see just how different this second game is. Now, I probably can't expect those fancy features from Case 5 in the first game to be here, because this was on the Game Boy Advance too, I want to say. And indeed, I will have to pretty much discount the existence of Case 5. I can't assume that any of those events actually happened yet, because they weren't written by the time this game came out. So, for all intents and purposes, the first game ended with the defeat of Manfred von Karma. So, what do you say? Should we get started? I want to get started. I think I might want to actually close my eyes here because there might be... It might immediately take me to the art, the promo art for the first chapter. So, let's see about that. Oh, what did I do? What did I just do? Oh. Huff. Huff. Grr. How did I get into this mess? That's far enough. You can't run forever, Mr. Phoenix Wright. Oh, sweet Jesus. What have I done wrong? I cannot allow you to go on like this. But I'm just a simple defense attorney. Silence! You are no longer worthy of your title. What a nightmare. Come on, Phoenix. Have a little faith in yourself. Oh, we're starting right here in court, aren't we? What a nightmare. Oh, that's what I said. I bet it was this ringtone that caused it. Are we gonna get more art like this? Because I'm excited for that. It's so weird to see Phoenix's entire body at once. I really shouldn't be dozing off right before a trial starts anyway. Huh, looks like they hung up. Well, you just let it ring there for like a full minute. Ah, good. I finally found it? What? Talk about a close call. I hate to do this to you, but... Who? What? Why? It's nothing personal, Mr. Attorney. What? What? Fire extinguisher? What? Who? What? Wait, what? I'm so confused. Did I start the wrong thing? I don't know if I started the wrong thing. Oh, well, this is a familiar sight. Ouch, my head, it's throbbing. What? Did that guy hit Phoenix over the head with the fire extinguisher? And why does it feel so foggy in there? Oh! Oh, this is the lady who was in Gumshoe's locker. No, there's a photograph of this lady in Gumshoe's locker. Who the hell are you? Good morning. Good morning? What's wrong? You don't look well. People are at their best first thing in the morning. Where's that fighting spirit? Hey, no, I'm a night owl, thank you very much. Sorry, but can you please turn the cheeriness down? My head sort of hurts. Roger that. Am I in trouble or something? Huh? Trouble? Wait, never mind. You're a policewoman, right? I thought maybe I had done something wrong. What are you talking about? I'm the one in trouble. Oh, is she my client? I'm placing my life in your hands today, Mr. Phoenix, right? Her name is Byrde. There's an early Byrde joke here somewhere. Life in my hands? You promised me. You said you would prove that I was not guilty. Not guilty? What does Phoenix have amnesia or something? What? Just when I thought all hope was lost, when all the other lawyers had laughed me off. Leave it to me, you said. You, the one and only Phoenix Wright, came to save the day. And just like that, I was moved to tears, sir. I'll never forget what you're doing for me. Ever. Well, I see on her hat she definitely has the police symbol on it. Goodness me. What is this girl babbling about? Actually, I really love to watch court proceedings, and I always root for you to win. When I'm off duty, I like to come here and... What's wrong? You've been acting really strange, and you keep staring at me. You're making me kind of nervous, sir. Oh, sorry. Huh. I'm afraid to ask, but here goes. So, this might sound bad, but, who are you? What? Mr. Wright, how can you say that? How can you do this to the fragile heart of a girl about to go on trial? You're absolutely horrible. No, I mean, I didn't mean it like that. Is this how a defense attorney treats his client, sir? I can't believe this. No, it's just, well, I think you have the wrong person. Yes? Who am I? Why am I drawing a blank? I'm not sure what I expected from the second game, but... What? Why? What? What? The trial will begin shortly. Will the defendant and her lawyer please proceed to the courtroom immediately? The trial's about to start. I'm counting on you in there, okay? Huh. I guess he must have amnesia. Well, at least he can self-diagnose it. Let's see. What can I piece together? From the sound of things, it's probably safe to say that I'm a defense attorney. And that girl, I said I'd prove her not guilty. I can't believe I made such an irresponsible promise. What? Arg! Someone, please! Tell me this is just a bad dream. Why do I get the feeling this is one dream I won't be waking up from? Gulp. I get it. Are we pulling a Metroid here? You have to take away all of Phoenix's rad skills to make things interesting now? Oh, is that Payne? I think that's Winston Payne. Ooh. New music. Ooh. Me likey. Hello, Judge. Court is now in session for the trial of Maggie Byrde. Ah, nice name. Yay, Payne! The prosecution is ready, Your Honor. What is it, Mr. Wright? Are you talking to me? Do you see any other defense attorneys here? I guess not. Now then, are you ready? No! I am experiencing some fucked up mind things. What if I said no? Would that be alright? Of course it wouldn't. Then why bother asking to begin with? Actually, you see, Your Honor, my memory is kind of... The court will not hear the defense's excuses. Because the defendant is a member of the police, this case is under great scrutiny. Therefore, we must make this trial fair, but swift. I believe I have told you this before. I hope you're not telling me you've forgotten. Actually, I have. Mr. Payne, your opening statement, please. Yes, Your Honor. As I'm sure you're well aware, the defendant is accused of killing her lover. What's worse, her lover was fellow police officer. A policeman? You did what to a policeman? It wasn't me. Also, why is Byrdes standing here? Shouldn't she be over in the, defendant's podium thingy? And besides, Dustin and I, we weren't lovers like that. In any case, the prosecution will prove that the guilty party is none other than the defendant. Very well. Mr. Payne, please call your first witness. It's been a while, Mr. Wright. Let's see what you've learned since last time. I won't show you any mercy this time, rookie. Okay, and who are you again? The prosecution calls Detective Dick Gumshoe to the stand. Hell yeah! Here we go. Don't let me down, Mr. Wright. Nowhere to hide. I'm so dead. No, I think you're supposed to be thinking that Maggie is so dead. Oh, lordy. Witness, please state your name and occupation. My name is Dick Gumshoe, sir. I'm the detective in charge of homicides down at the precinct, sir. You don't look very well, detective. Well, sir, the defendant, she works under me, so, you know. You work under that detective? Yes, sir. While I was a trainee, he was always watching out for me, sir. All these sirs, she's like a female Mike Meekins. He's such a wonderful guy, sir. I'll never forget what he's done for me. Okay, calm down. I believe you. Detective Gumshoe, please describe for us the details of this murder. Yes, sir. It happened at the park near headquarters. Expose Park. The victim was one of the local cops, Dustin Prince. Oh, what time is that? About 7 p.m. maybe? Or somewhere around between 7 and 8. He was pushed down from the benches on the upper path, sir. The landing beat his body up bad and snapped his neck. Okay, I already don't buy that. The details are listed in the report that was distributed yesterday. Ah, yes, this autopsy report, correct? Why do I not remember getting a copy? I see everything is in order here. Even the estimated time of death is unusually well documented. The victim's watch stopped from the impact of the landing, sir. Did it? Are we sure? The results of the autopsy confirm the time of death. If I may, Your Honor, the prosecution would like to submit this photograph. Very well, the court accepts it into evidence. Crime photo 1. Let's take a look. What are you dealing with here? Attorney's badge. Yeah. cell phone. I found this in my pocket, but I don't remember what it means or how it got there. What? Is it not Phoenix's? Justin's autopsy report. 6/28. September 6th. Body was covered in bruises. Interesting. Found under the victim's body. Pieces of nearsighted lenses were found nearby. So it specifies nearsighted. Crime photo 1. Well, alright. Seems simple enough. Now then, I recall at yesterday's preliminary hearing, a very important piece of evidence was brought to our attention. Yes, Your Honor. Yes, sir. Yes, I guess? Mr. Wright, is your head on right today? There was a very crucial piece of evidence found under the victim's body. Yeah, the glasses, right? Was there? Have you lost your mind? Well, actually, it's just nerves. Give me a second. What? How can you talk like such an amateur? I thought you were a pro, sir. Alright, sir. I'll help you through this. At a time like this, maybe you ought to take a glance at the court record. Well, I already did that. Court record? Yep. Info about evidence and people involved with this case are all listed there, sir. You can look at the court record by pressing tab. Tab, huh? You really know what you're talking about, don't you? It's too bad I'm a cop, right? Just think, I could totally be a legal aid instead. Mr. Wright. Yes, Your Honor. Court is in session. Save your chit-chat for later. Sorry, Your Honor. Well, I guess I better check the court record and see what I can find. What was it again? Tab? Alright, Mr. Wright. Let's see if your notes are in order. What was the piece of evidence found underneath the victim's body? Glasses. That's simple, Your Honor. A broken pair of glasses. That's right. The victim grabbed his killer's glasses as he was being shoved, sir. And held onto them as he fell. And how will they get under his body? Hey! Why are you giving me the evil eye? Oh, yeah, she is wearing glasses, isn't she? Those glasses you're wearing. Yes, this is my spare pair. But these glasses that I found at the scene of the crime are not mine, I swear, sir. Yeah, we can just check the prescriptions of both. You sure about that? Phoenix! Don't doubt your defendant. Look, it was a coincidence that on the same day I accidentally stepped on mine. A coincidence, she says. Irk. Your Honor, I have further evidence to present. Oh, you have more? And this evidence is very decisive. Very well. Let's hear from our witness about this evidence. I guess we're starting out in a simple trial-only case. That's good. Nice change of pace. There's something even more incriminating than the glasses under the victim's body, sir. During his date, the victim was pushed from the bench area. Oh, his finger there. Did he write something in the dirt? Yeah! But he managed to write the culprit's name on the ground where he landed. I don't like saying it, but it was clearly the defendant's name, Maggie, sir. That's spelled wrong. Isn't Maggie Byrdes' name M-A-G-G-E-Y? I could have sworn. That's a different Maggie. Hold up, I can check it actually. Yeah, Maggie Byrde. with this piece of evidence in the glasses, it's hard not to say she's the culprit. I already see immense holes in this. This is a picture of the writing, Your Honor. Why, this is... Yes, I can see her name is clearly written here. The prosecution would like to submit this picture. Understood. The court accepts it into evidence. As if the glasses alone didn't make you look suspicious. The victim even wrote your name clear as day on the ground. Maybe Phoenix is the one who needs glasses. But, I already told you, those glasses aren't mine. And how do you explain his dying message? It's a conspiracy. I'm not guilty, sir. Well, even she didn't notice? What? Mr. Wright, you may cross-examine the witness. Cross-examine? This is it. I'm counting on you. Sure, but what am I supposed to do? What? This isn't like you at all. Normally, this is the part where you get in the witnesses' faces. Get in their faces and do what? I guess there's no way around it. Okay, I'm going to lend you a hand. The prosecution's witnesses all hide things from the court, which means they lie from time to time. Lie? But isn't that detective your superior? Well, even if they don't mean to lie, sometimes people just remember things wrong. Like that detective. He does sort of look like a scatterbrain. It doesn't matter. Either way, it's bad for us, sir. That's why when you question witnesses, you have to find and expose their lies. Mr. Wright, your cross-examination, please. Yes, Your Honor. Talk about trial by fire. Here goes nothing. As long as it can expose the lies, we should be alright. Man, that little ting sound, it sounds like so much lower quality than in the first game. Weird. Decisive evidence. Well, I can press everything. Do I want to do that? Why not? About those glasses. Do you have any proof that those belong to my client? The lenses are for nearsightedness. Oh. Yeah. And are almost the same strength as hers. Even the frames look kind of like the one she's wearing in her ID, pal. Oh, hold up. No? Of course I should continue pressing. Hold it. Almost and kinda are not good enough in a case like this. Do you have more definitive proof? Man, this music? This feels like a tranquil, peaceful tune. Like, it's not even somber, this just feels relaxing. Weird. It's like a water level. If there's something that clearly links the defendant with those glasses. The dirt and sand rubbed out any traces of fingerprints or anything else. So what you are saying, detective, is that you have nothing that proves those glasses are my client's. Something like that. What? I see. So there is no proof. Wow, that was amazing! This is basic logic that any functioning adult could grasp. I could totally feel it down in my gut. During his date, the victim was pushed from the bench area. Now, you're sure he was pushed and that's how he fell? Yeah, pal, if you look at the wounds on the victim's body, there's no way it was anything else. Please continue with your testimony, detective. Anyway, the victim fell pretty far, but he managed to write the culprit's name on the ground where he landed. The culprit's name? Yeah, I was surprised too. I didn't want to believe it, but... was the name that of my client? I don't like saying it, but it was clearly the defendant's name. Maggie, sir. Nope. Are you absolutely certain? Sorry, pal, but that's what it said. How do you not even know her name? This is a picture of it. No matter which way you look, it still says Maggie. Well, yeah. He's got a point. Hey, hold on. Huh? Don't me. I know the picture says Maggie, but now that you mention it, something does feel kind of off about this picture. That's how you know you found a contradiction. Now hurry up and present some evidence. So that's what spotting a contradiction feels like. Better check the court record again. Alright. Wait. Yeah, I can just present this, right? Objection! I can present the profiles. I don't recall ever doing that in the first game. Whoa. What is it? What's come over me? Oh, he remembered because of objection. Without thinking, I just blurted out, objection. And I yelled it at the top of my lungs, finger outstretched, ready to take on my opponent. The chicken goes bagok. The chickadee goes chickadee-dee-dee-dee. And the phoenix goes objection! What a rush! Detective Gumshoe. You talking to me, pal? Please state the defendant's name for me. What are you trying to prove with this futile exercise, Mr. Wright? You'll see. This is a very crucial line of questioning. Actually, Mr. Payne, you can answer. The defendant's name, if you please. There is this... Where is this ridiculous question coming from? The defendant's name, is, Maggie Byrde? I think someone needs to check the court record. What? It says right here that it's... Oh, wait. What? It says right here that it's Maggie Byrde. Ah! It looked like the bird caught the cat napping. What's going on here? I have no idea either, sir. As you can see, the victim did indeed leave a name, Maggie. However, the defendant's name is actually spelled Maggie. This is a blatant contradiction of facts. Oh, how about that? I hadn't even noticed. And you should feel really bad for it. But maybe the victim didn't know how to spell her name correctly. May I remind you that it was you who said the defendant is accused of killing her lover. If they were truly lovers, it would be impossible for him to have not known her name. I don't know, some people are just really bad at names. I have relatives I see every year at Christmas for my entire life, and yet I can't remember their names to save my life. I'm not proud of that, but it's true. No! This is very true. Mr. Payne. Yes, Your Honor? Are you absolutely certain that the defendant and the victim, Dustin Prince, were in fact lovers? Yes, I am quite certain, Your Honor. They were a well-known couple in the police force. Detective Gumshoe, please testify to the court of the relationship between the victim and the defendant. Yes, sir. Officer Prince and Officer Byrde have been going out for about half a year. It sounded like they were even talking about marriage. Well, I'm getting flashbacks to Larry Butts in the first case of the first game. The day of the incident just happened to be the victim's birthday, sir. Officer Byrde had gotten Officer Prince a present. It was something she had bought over 2 months ago. I should know, because she came to me to ask what she should get for him. Oh, those two sound like they were close. Nevertheless, tragedy struck. Yes, I see. You may cross-examine the witness, Mr. Wright. I think I should press everything yet again. Officer Prince and Maggie Byrde have been going out for about half a year. How do you know about this? Every year in March, we have a training camp for us cops. Officer Byrde was a rookie at the time, and she and Officer Prince seemed to hit it off. They got close, I take it. And actually, it was supposed to go. I was supposed to go too, but I couldn't pay the deposit for the trip, so I didn't. Edgeworth, hurry up and raise this man's budget. If only I had gone on that trip. Oh! Ha ha! Oh, nothing, sir. Really, anyway. Yeah, okay. Because of that photo in Gumshoe's locker, I think I know what's going on here. It sounded like they were even talking about marriage. Marriage? But wasn't the victim 8 years older than her? What? You saying the guy's gotta marry someone the same age as himself, pal? No, that's not what I meant at all. Detective Gumshoe and Dustin were only a year apart, you know? I think this fella has a ways to go before marriage. Mind your own business, pal. The day of the incident just happened to be the victim's birthday, sir. The day of the incident? You mean September 6th? Yeah. The victim, Officer Prince, had just gotten off duty at 5:30 p.m. that day. And since Maggie's night shift hadn't started yet, they went to the park for a bit. I remember when I was young and in love. Oh, it was a jolly time. That's great, Your Honor. I'm glad you're such a cheerful old man. Officer Byrde had gotten Officer Prince a present. You seem to know a lot about the defendant. Well, that's because, I'm her boss, and I've got to watch out for my subordinates. But even what she was going to give as a present, isn't that going a bit too far? Hey, pal, watch what you say. I know everything that happens under me. If someone so much as scratches their... I really don't need to know that much. Mr. Wright, please refrain from badgering the witness. Blue badgering the witness. I agree. Even if this witness has a crush on the defendant, though it's even obvious to the judge, that should not be the point of discussion at this time. Whoa, wait a second. Why are we talking about this? It's all your fault, pal. You're guilty, guilty, guilty. I should have you arrested. I think the good detective's about done here. It was something she had bought over 2 months ago. Over 2 months ago. Yep, she's a very considerate woman, pal. So, what was this birthday present? She got him a glove. A single glove? Why would she only give him one? Actually, Your Honor, the glove in question is a baseball glove. Oh, I see, a baseball glove. Officer Prince was a huge baseball fan. A baseball glove. Just now, I believe you said that the present was something she had bought over 2 months ago. Yeah. Are you saying she bought the glove at a store that far in advance? Nah, nothing like that, pal. Then, what is it like? She ordered it. It was custom made. Oh. Maybe because it was a left-handed glove? Or a right-handed glove? What's the default glove for the baseball? I don't know. Yep, that's what I said. So the glove was custom made. Your Honor, I really don't see how this glove is related to this case. Yes, it would seem there's little relevance. What do you think, Mr. Wright? Do you think this glove is really relevant to this case? Of course it's relevant. I don't know where this will lead me, but... Of course it is relevant. That glove is the key to this whole case. Yes, bluffing to the max. Shh, 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 shush, shush, shush. Now this is the Mr. Wright I know. I'm so happy you're back, sir. I was wondering how long it'd take. This is great. Pressing people. Feels like I've done this before. So I used to do this to squeeze information from even the most tight-lipped people. Very well. If you're that convinced, let's hear some more about the matter. Actually, I brought the glove with me today. And? Why didn't you say so earlier? Hurry and show the glove to the court. Well, I didn't think it had anything to do with this case. Oh. It's yellow? The little red dot? Oh my god, it's Pikachu leather! No! Pikachu, no! Oh, that's stupid. It's rather yellow, isn't it? Pikachu leather. That's totally what it is, isn't it? You see it too, right? Officer Prince really liked the color yellow. And that's why you had to special order it. Yep, that's right. That and one other reason. I think this court has heard enough. That's for the right hand, certainly. Interesting. It is clear that the victim and the defendant were involved with each other. Yes, that's correct, Your Honor. Now, if that is true, it brings up an important question. Was the name Maggie really written by the victim? Ah, yeah, I had that thought. I see your point, Your Honor. Detective Gumshoe, please tell the court a little more about that name on the ground. Yes, sir. We first looked into the handwriting. Unfortunately, we couldn't confirm that it was the victim's handwriting. Next, we checked the victim's pointer finger. We found that there was sand trapped under the victim's fingernail. There were also scratches on his skin that were caused by him writhing on the ground. From this, we could confirm that the victim wrote this name with his right hand. But they didn't you just say they couldn't confirm it was his handwriting? Now then, Mr. Wright, you may cross-examine the witness. Thank you, Your Honor. Yeah, Phoenix is back on track. We first looked into the handwriting. But can you really determine handwriting based on a sample written in sand? This is why amateurs are amateurs. We're not a bunch of simpletons, pal. Scientific investigation in this country's actually pretty good. Well, it's gonna be even better once Emma Skye joins the force. I believe it's time to get back to the real point. Agreed, Your Honor. So, what was the result of the investigation? Unfortunately, we couldn't confirm that it was the victim's handwriting. So in the end, you couldn't confirm it. Hey, don't you look down on us. I told you, we're not a bunch of simpletons, pal. Everyone knows you can't find out everything you want with scientific investigation. I've never heard that before. Me either. Nor I. I never heard anything like that at the police academy, sir. Okay, so I made it up. Anyway. Next, we check the victim's pointer finger. His pointer finger. You know, the one you're always pointing and waving around in people's faces? Don't tell me it bothers you. Every time you do it, I have a mini heart attack. It's like you're trying to kill me, pal. In any case, you examined the victim's index finger, correct? Yeah, we figured there should be something on his finger if he had been writhing in sand. And the results? We found that there was sand trapped under the victim's fingernail. And what does this prove? Well, it proves that he did write that name with his own finger. Yes, which explains why there was sand stuck under his nail. I guess he's right. And there's more. There was also scratches on his skin that were caused by him writhing on the ground. Now what the hell is that? Wasn't he wearing clothes? Yup, you can't see them with your naked eye, but they're there. That is incredible. Sure is. That's the power of scientific investigation. They're so small that we had to use a magnifying glass. Like a really strong one. It's got that really scientific sounding name. You mean a microscope? Yeah, that's it. We used one of those and that's how we found them. I can't believe this guy doesn't know what a microscope is. From this, we could confirm that the victim wrote this name with his right hand. Are you absolutely sure? I believe in the power of science. I wonder if my evidence is solid enough to counter with. Listening to this, you would think there was only one conclusion. The name was definitely written by the victim. But don't you think that would be really strange, sir? If Dustin really wrote that message with his right hand, do you think I would have gone through that much trouble to get him his present? Oh, is it a left-hand glove? Wait, what? Surely that's right hand. The thumb's on the bottom there, Yeah, that's a right hand. Totally. What? That's a right-handed glove. Oh. Okay, I guess that means baseball gloves are typically held with the left hand if you're right-handed. Well, okay. I'm not familiar enough with baseball to know that, but... Huh. Oh, okay. I guess this is a left-handed glove. Detective Gumshoe, take a look at this. That's the glove, right? Could you tell the court what is special about this glove? What's special? Never really thought about it, but, it's really yellow. That's about it. Yes, it's really yellow, but that is only one of its qualities. Uh-huh. There's another reason why it's special. And what would that be? It's very simple. This glove is made for a left-handed person. Left-handed? Why, you're absolutely right. This glove is made to be worn on the right hand. Ah, yeah, I was right. That is why it had to be custom made. I have never seen a bright yellow left-hander's glove for sale. Have you? Well, no. So, Detective, which hand did the victim use to write this name with again? Write the name with again? That's easy. Look, it's obvious from this picture that it was his... wait a sec. Don't forget that the victim was left-handed. Oh! I object. Overruled. Mr. Wright, I would like to know what your line of reasoning proves. There is only one conclusion that can be drawn. A left-handed person could not have written a message with his right hand. Therefore, the person who wrote the name Maggie could not have been the victim. Order, order! Well, when you think about it that way, then yes. It is not possible that this name was written by the victim himself. I mean, it is possible, but it's just implausible. Then that means Maggie is...
No, it's not possible!
Mr. Payne.
Yes, Your Honor?
The evidence the prosecution has presented has failed to prove the defendant's guilt. In fact, I believe you have proven her to be innocent.
No!
All right, you did it, Mr. Wright. Phew, I feel like I can breathe again. It seems that we have reached the conclusion. You did a fine job once again, Mr. Wright. Me, Your Honor? Ah, well, thank you, sir. Hold up, is this trial ending after proving the victim innocent? Or not guilty? Well, and I don't have to prove who the real murderer is? Wow, what a twist! See, you get complimented by the judge again. You're really good.
And that's why you can't give up being a lawyer, sir.
Are you joking? I'm more than ready to retire. Oh. Now, is that amnesiac Phoenix still freaking out about the predicament he's found himself in? Or is that the continuation of the plot thread of Phoenix looking to retire soon? Uh-oh. I will now announce my verdict. This court finds the defendant, Maggie Byrde...
No, not yet. I mean, please give me a few more minutes, Your Honor.
What is the meaning of this, Mr. Payne?
The prosecution is not finished yet.
What do you mean?
We would like to call our next witness to the stand.
What? And what did this witness witness?
The moment the victim was pushed to his death. What's more, he saw the very face of the culprit.
What the heck? Order in the court. I believe a recess is in order. Afterward, we will hear from this new witness. I had a feeling that was a bit too easy. I need more information. I'll have to see what I can find out during this recess. I can't let my guard down. It's only going to get tougher from here. Court is adjourned for recess. So Payne's actually putting up a little bit of a fight. You'd think he would pull out that witness who saw the person's face immediately. Huh.
Amnesia?
I can't believe my lawyer is trying to defend me in such a state. Why didn't you tell me, sir? I mean, I tried to. I'm sorry I didn't mention it to you. Oh, I know what to do. I heard you can fix something like this with a really strong shock to your system. Come on, lower your head a little. A Maggie kick should be all you need. No? No. I think I'll pass on this one. Come on. I'm sorry. Whenever I see someone in trouble, I have a hard time leaving them alone. I tend to stick my nose where it doesn't belong and try to tackle everyone's problems. Well, my head's one problem you won't be tackling today. Well, we're here to solve your problem first. We can deal with mine later. For now, do you think you can fill me in on a few things? Of course, I'd be honored to. Well, I guess we'll start with my name and then I can tell you about me. No, that's okay, really. I think I know you and your name pretty well by now. I was wondering if you could help me figure out a few things about myself. So, my name is Phoenix Wright? What a weird name. What a self-burn. This is serious. You really don't remember. I'll tell you what, sir. You can have this back and maybe it'll help. This is a business card? I got this from you. It's my most prized possession. You can borrow it for now, but please give it back, okay? Okay. There's some numbers written on the back. Oh, that's your cell phone number. I guess for now we should stop talking about me. Well, I can't check it. And start talking about this case. This case? Yep. Can you think of anything that would be helpful for me to know? What can I tell you? I can't think of anything other than the incident with that cell phone, but... Oh. Cell phone? Yeah. Your eyes lit up when we talked about it at the detention center, sir. Oh, maybe past Phoenix thought it would be the crux of the case. Hurry up then and tell me. This might be very important. Okay, Roger. It was on the day of the crime, just before 6 p.m. I picked up the lost cell phone while on a walk with Dustin. Oh, lordy. The shirt! All of a sudden, the phone began to ring. Hello? Oh, thank you. I've been searching for my phone. Is this yours? Oh, I'm glad you called. We can meet up and I can give this back. I'll be right there. I'm sorry, I didn't catch your name. You can call me Maggie. Ah. I think this person is the killer. And because he or she only ever heard Maggie's name by voice and not written down, when he tried to frame her by writing with Dustin's hand or whatever, he didn't know how to spell the name correctly. We agreed to meet up at 6 p.m. Dustin and I waited for the person to show up, but they never did. So where's the phone you found now? I gave it to you yesterday. Huh? To me? Is that phone in my pocket? You mean this? Do you think it has anything to do with the murderer? With the murder? I don't really know, but if my eyes lit up... Ah! You were here all along! You're so mean! Maya! Best girl's back! I called you 1,000,000 times, but you wouldn't pick up. And when I went to check in the courtroom, everyone had already left. Who in the heck is this? Oh no! Oh, don't hurt Maya's feelings, please. Let me guess, I'm supposed to know this girl too. Hey, good morning, Maggie. Wait, Maya knows Maggie? And a good morning to you too, Maya. So, how's it going? Is there a word for worse than abysmal? Oh? And what if I said that everything will be fine? That's right. It's Maya to the rescue with this ultra-decisive, super important evidence. Here you are, Nick. The thing you wanted me to bring. Aww. Huh? Oh, thanks. What the heck is this? A list? There's about 20 people's names and phone numbers written on it. Oh, are these the prior people the phone is called? It was kind of tough, but I managed to dig up some dirt. Looks like these guys are up to no good. No good? As in... There's a group of con artists the police are currently investigating. I think these guys are members of that group. Ah. Can I read the list? No. Why would a group of con artists pop up in a case like this? Don't look at me. And where did you get this list from in the first place? What? Don't you remember, Nick? You're the one who asked me to look this up yesterday. Oh, is that right? These numbers were in the memory of that phone Maggie found. Bingo. So that's where they're from. You're awfully forgetful these days, Nick. Hope I never get to be a forgetful old prune like you. Maya. Actually, Mr. Wright is... Mr. Wright, recess is now over. Please bring the defendant and return to the courtroom immediately. Oh, oops. Guess you have to get going. We can talk about you being old later, Nick. God bless you, Maya. But wish us luck. I guess I have all the pieces now, more or less. All that's left is to put it all together. I'm not going to lose this. I can't. Come on, Nick. Better get a move on. Yeah. Well, at least we didn't hurt Maya's feelings by not pretending, but forgetting her out loud. Court will now reconvene. Please call your next witness to the stand, Mr. Payne. Yes, Your Honor. But before I do, if I may say a few words. What is it, Mr. Payne? It's about the next witness. He has a tendency to say the things that rub people the wrong way, you see. So I ask that the court might be a little lenient on... There's no need to give a preface. Just hurry up and call your witness, please. Yes, Your Honor. The prosecution calls its next witness. A drifter who was taking a walk in the park on the day of the murder. Oh, that guy. Please state your name for the court, witness. Before I do, I'd like to clarify a little something. Huh? Oh, alright, go ahead. Just now, you introduced my wonderful stuff to the court, correct? Perhaps as a drifter who was taking a walk? Did I? But I will not stand for that. Now you've tinted the court's eyes and colored me wrongly. Sure, I suppose calling me but just gives me out of evil as death everything in my life is what was highest top grade quality. I'm merely looking for that perfect top-notch unbeatable university. I have a rigorous selection process and I call a walk. Yes, I understand. I'm very sorry. I will be more careful from now on. Yeah, I didn't catch a single thing you said. Well, what is he? A human chatterbox? Ugh, I have to question him. fashion, cars, women, glasses, and of course university. First rates only need apply. Glasses, Well, blue-rimmed glasses certainly would match his fancy suit. Glasses? But you aren't wearing glasses. Well, gee, thanks for spilling it out for me, Nick. That's enough. Your name, witness. Oh, is that how you want to play this? Using your power and influence to keep the young people down? I see how you work now. You old people and your dirty tricks. You thought you had me, but you thought wrong. I'm sorry, it won't happen again. Oh man. I forgive you. Alright, I suppose I can tell you my name. I am Richard Wellington, the drifting virtuoso with a PhD in drifting, as it were. Richard Wellington. PhD in drifting? Look at this fancy-ass hobo. If you wanted to, you could call me a university student in transit. Ahem, Mr. Wellington? On the day of the murder, you were taking strolling through the park, correct? It would appear that you are attached to that word. If you must, then by all means. But I remind you that I am in no way a prepubescent boy out on a walk with mommy. If you must know, I am... Anyway, please testify to this court what you saw during your walk through the park. See, you said it again, taking a walk. You know, you... What you witnessed will do, Mr. Wellington. What I saw that day. I was at the park all afternoon, deep in thought about my life situation. I don't remember the time all that well, but I do believe it was past 6 p.m. All of a sudden, a police officer falls from above right in front of my eyes. Without a thought, I looked it up, and there I met the eyes of a charming young lady. Of course, I remember her sweet face. It was that of the pretty defendant there. The only other thing I saw was a banana that fell with a police officer. Oh, that would be the glove. That was certainly decisive testimony. Decisive? Nick, did you hear what he just said? Yeah. That's all you have to say? How can you be so calm? It's strange. My mind is very calm and clear. Maybe it's because I believe in my client. Ah. You mean Maggie? Yes, and if she really is innocent, then that can only mean one thing. That guy is lying. You may now question the witness, Mr. Wright. I'll find out the truth, no matter how well you craft your lies. Yeah. What I saw that day. I was at the park all afternoon, deep in thought about my life situation. So you were at the park all afternoon. You seem to have a lot of free time. That was very rude of you. But then again, what can I expect? That's what you get from a man who graduated from a no-name trashy university. No-name? Trashy? Now, this might be hard for a mush-headed, feeble-minded baboon like you, but I have to think very carefully about the future of our great country. But I thought you said you were thinking about which college to go to just now. Oh, please. Which university I go to will directly affect the very future of this country. That arrogant little snot. I don't remember the time all that well, but I do believe it was past 6 p.m. How did you know what time it was? I see you're not wearing a watch, so... Is that the best you can do? Do you think you can describe me like that? You're just a third-rate biased fool. I guess I can't expect real smarts from you. His arrogance is really intolerable. So, what should I do now? Press harder. Answer the question. How did you know what time it was? Just Fisk, I can't believe I have to deal with a woman like you. You're just a shallow man who can only slam on desks and point at people for fun. I guess I don't have a choice. I'll try to explain it so that even a third-rate simpleton like you can understand. There was this little thing they call a clock at the park. Did you get that? Do you know what a clock is? It's a thing that tells you the time. As you can see, Mr. Wright, it's even in this picture of the crime scene. Oh, so it is. I looked at that clock, and that's how I knew the time. But if you ask me, the whole concept of breaking time apart is solely on nonsense. A real first-class person doesn't have to live by or chain by to wear a watch and whatever really concentrates. It's too fast. It's too fast. And yet again, another flood of meaningless words. Talk about a first-class waste of time. In any case, all of a sudden a police officer falls from above right in front of my eyes. And how do you know he's a police officer? Well, he was garbed in the clothes. You obviously have no idea how powerful my deductive reasoning skills are. With one glance, I could tell just what kind of occupation he held. That shoddy do-it-yourself hairstyle practically screamed police officer. Was out of the way, he tied those cheap gold clunker shoes, officer's uniform, wearing an officer's uniform. Shouldn't that statement have come first? Wow, that's pretty impressive. Hey, Nick, do you think he's figured out what I do? Even I haven't figured that out yet. Without a thought, I looked up and there I met the eyes of a charming young lady. Are you sure you got a good look at her face? Animals have this thing called an eye, Mr. Wright. They use this eye to see things. In the case of humans, we have two of them. Yes, even you. I don't care if I have them or not. Did you or did you not get a clear look at her face? That's what the witness was just about to get to. I would like to request that Mr. Wright not use such a loud voice during questioning. Sustained. Mr. Wright, please refrain from raising your voice in this court. And please don't make me have to raise my voice. Are you finished? I'd like to continue if that's alright with you. Of course I remember her sweet face. It was that of the pretty defendant there. So you're sure you are not mistaken? Please, don't confuse your pitiful train wreck of a life with mine. I want you to call a famous brand name product. Well, you are only cheap imitation. There is no way someone as magnificent as myself could have made a mistake. Of course. Oh, of course. Do you notice anything else of witness? Anything of interest, witness? Oh. Word salad in my mouth. The only other thing I saw was a banana that fell with the police officer. The banana? Well, it was actually more than just one, more like a bunch of bananas. Now, what would a bunch of bananas be doing there? And why would I know such a thing? I'm only telling you what I saw. That's really strange. Maggie never mentioned anything about a bunch of bananas. It's clearly the yellow glove. That's it, Nick. He's gotta be lying about the bananas. It could be, but there's no reason for him to lie about there being bananas at the crime scene. What if it's not a lie? Well, maybe he thought he was seeing one thing and it was something else. If he mistook something else for a bunch of bananas, then that would be an inaccuracy. Think, Phoenix, think. If my client is innocent, there is no way he could have seen what he says he did. Yeah. Well. Yeah, the time of death was after 6. Alright, I guess we'll use this.
Objection!
Mr. Wellington, I believe I have the bananas you saw right here. Ah, so you knew about the bananas too. Why didn't you say so earlier? I don't think you can use this as a way to pull more information out of me. And that's where you'd be wrong. Mr. Wright, what's the meaning of this? Isn't that the baseball glove? What? A baseball glove? Doesn't it look delicious? Care for a bite? That's not... It's a... No! Your Honor, I think this proves one very important fact. This witness has bad eyesight. Oh, yeah! By the way, just how bad are your eyes? Why are you asking me about this all of a sudden? Your Honor, it is very simple to mistake a glove for a bunch of bananas. No. No, I don't think so. Objection overruled. You're one of those people. Yes, you know what I mean. You're like those people who refuse to accept Galileo. You're possibilities that in the end we find out is a fact, not a glove. Viewed from afar, I do think this is room for... And that is why I ask you how bad your eyesight is. They're both 2200. I suppose you're going to tell me that's terrible, right? Yes? Why are you not wearing your glasses today, then? That's because I lost them recently, you see. Of course, I was planning on getting a new pair made right away. But you know, my glasses are no ordinary glasses, so to replace them... How about when you witnessed the crime? Were you wearing your glasses then? How about it, witness? You are an unrelenting evil man. You're like those people who reject Joan of Arc. She was brave and courageous, only to be caught by horrible, unrighteous people, and while that she didn't do any wrong, but she was still burned at the... Which boils down to you were not wearing your glasses at that time. Therefore, the identity of the woman at the scene of the crime and that of the defendant cannot be proven to be the same by this witness. But the height difference was only 9 feet. It was very possible for him to see the face of the culprit standing on the upper path. Witness, please be more accurate in your testimony. Remember, a person's life is at stake. Yes, Your Honor. Now then, please continue with your testimony. Please tell the court what happened next in the moments after you witnessed the crime. What happened next? The girl on the upper path ran away as soon as she realized I was there. After that, I immediately called the police station to report the crime. It must have been 6:45 p.m. when I made the call. They must have a lot of free time on their hands since they showed up within 10 minutes. Wait. But the clock... This crime photo was taken by the police, right? And that shows 7 o'clock. Yeah. So the police had to have gotten there earlier, right? So the person who was on the upper path saw you and then ran away. Yes, that is correct. Which is why even someone without a superior brain like mine can understand that. The girl is the murderer. You may question the witness now, Mr. Wright. What happened next? The girl on the upper path ran away as soon as she realized I was there. She ran away, just like that? Yes, she did. She saw me and flew the nest like the guilty bird she is. Oh, I'm sorry, was that pun too hard for someone who only got a third-rate education? Actually, that did take me a few seconds to get. Anyway, if she ran away the instant she saw you, how could you tell it was my client? The witness has already answered that question. He has stated that the defendant is the culprit. This is true, Mr. Wright. I'm striking your question from the record. How can I get more information out of him? After that, I immediately called the police station to report the crime. Immediately? As in immediately. I mean, sure, a minute might have elapsed before I did, but that's the duty of every good citizen, or did they not teach that at your pitiful school? You think people learn about how to call the police in college? Yeah, I learned in preschool. Hey, Nick, I think you should take a look at the court record for a sec. Well, no. Time of death is at 6:28, so you're saying there was a 15-minute break between when he made the call and with the death? How do you know what time it was? A detective told me. You know which one I mean. The one with the jacket that makes him look like a dropout from a no-name high school. Hey, pal, I graduated from a pretty good, top-ranked college. I don't believe this. It doesn't matter. I don't believe I was mistaken on what time I called. And if I am wrong, that detective obviously doesn't know how to tell time. What? Why you're just some lousy kid who... I think the court can see your point. Anyway, how did the police respond? They must have a lot of free time on their hands since they showed up within 10 minutes. So you're saying that there were police on the scene by 7 p.m.? They got there before that, I think. There usually aren't many people in that area at the time of day. But suddenly, before I knew it, there are people crawling all over, gawking. It certainly says something about the morals of the people in this country. I can't find anything out of the ordinary in his testimony. Why don't you take one more look at the court record? Yeah, I guess I should. Well... No, at the time of death, you couldn't have. No. Yeah, there was a 15-minute break. Mr. Wellington, would you please take a look at this? I have a confession to make. By now, I've completely forgotten what Mr. Wellington's first name is, so I'm just gonna call him Beef. His name is Beef Wellington now. You mean the victim's autopsy report? According to this, the murder occurred at 6:28. So what of it? You said that you called the police immediately after the murder took place. However, by the time you had called the police, it was already 6:45 p.m. There is clearly a 15-minute gap here. Do you deny it? I think this court would like to hear what you were doing during this 15-minute gap. Grrr. The witness was in shock at the time after witnessing a terrible murder. It's only to be expected that he would be a little dazed. 15 minutes is hardly what I would call a little dazed. Mr. Beef Wellington. Yes? Explain yourself. What were you doing during those 15 minutes? Answer the question. Spit it out. I was searching for a phone booth. A phone booth? You mean you don't have a cell phone? Oh, he didn't really like that. You and your questions as if you're trying to open all the layers of Matryoshka doll. You must think you're really something special. You know, I own a few Matryoshka dolls, you know. They're really pretty. I like them. As a kid, I wanted to start a big old collection, but I only just have 2. Now I collect rocks. It's much simpler and cheaper. I lost my cell phone. There, are you happy? You lost it? Unbelievable. You lose your glasses and your cell phone. You must be very scatterbrained when it comes to your belongings. What? Are you saying that first-rate people are never allowed to lose things? Haven't you ever heard that all geniuses have a strange... So by that I shall, since I have my own, only thing is some plain people like you understand. Enough. Oh man, oh man. Wait, hold on a second. He lost his cell phone? Nick, that cell phone. Could it be? You mean this phone Maggie found? There's no way. Boy, I didn't see this coming. I did. This is like the most obvious case ever. Like, I honestly think that the case with Butts and Frank saw it is even less obvious than this. Jesus. Mr. Beef Wellington, where is your cell phone right now? Heh, what are you getting all excited about? You seem to be a little confused. I found my phone, I'll have you know. See, here it is. Oh, I see. Oh, that's Phoenix's phone. They made a swap. Yeah, he knocked Phoenix out with a fire extinguisher and swapped the phones in their pockets. So now Phoenix has the real phone, and Wellington has Phoenix's phone. And I thought that just maybe this was his. Well then, I think we've cleared this issue up. At the time of the murder, the witness did not have a cell phone because he had lost it. Therefore, the delay in his call was caused by a search for a phone booth. Well, that's the gist of it. I think you'd put it that way and leave it at that. Do you have any further questions, Mr. Wright? Yeah, there is something. Yeah. Your Honor, the witness's testimony does not make any sense. What is that? I don't believe that there was ever a need for the witness to search for a phone. How dare you? You can't just make outrageous claims like that. You do have some sort of proof, don't you? Well, yeah, of course. This evidence should be good enough, I think. Alright, let's have this proof then. Please present proof that the witness had no need to search for a public phone booth. Yeah, it would be this phone, right? I believe so. Yeah, it'd be that. It's very simple. This is the evidence that backs up my claim. Wait, what? Oh no. Whoops. That's because I was looking at the evidence and it just hit me. I thought, hey, he really didn't have to look for a phone. Wait, what? Oh. Well, I say this is really simple, but I think this is like I think outside the box question. Oh! Wow! Hey! I am blind! It's quite simple, actually. Please take a look at this. The crime scene photo? Is there a problem with it? Oh, there's nothing wrong with the picture. But if you don't understand my logic after looking at it, something is wrong with you. No! It's a phone booth. That is correct. All the defendant had to do was walk 3 steps. Mr. Wellington, why did you not use the phone that was right in front of you? Oh! Order. What does reporting the crime a little late prove for the defense? The witness can't explain what he was doing for those 15 minutes. That is reason enough to throw suspicion on his testimony. Yes, that is very true. What do you have to say for yourself, witness? Then I bet this phone really is his, Nick. He must have killed Dustin to get his phone back. But Maggie said that she was going to return it to him. So there's no reason for him to kill for it. And on top of that, we still have the phone she found anyway. But if he wasn't looking for a cell phone, maybe he was looking for something else? Was he? Mr. Wright. Yes, Your Honor. Do you have any thoughts you would like to share with the court? Can you offer an explanation as to what the witness was doing during those 15 minutes? Yeah, I have an idea. There is only one possible explanation. Framing Maggie. Alright, let's hear your explanation. However, be forewarned that if your explanation is not persuasive, you will be penalized. Think carefully before you present, Mr. Wright. Yes, Your Honor. Burke, probably shouldn't have said there was only one possibility. Please present to the court that one piece of evidence that will answer the following. Why didn't the witness call the police right away? Names list, I want to say? Or no? Yeah, the guy took the time to write Maggie's name. Oh, no. Oh. I'm only taking one little pip of damage. That's nice. My health has been doubled. The names list? No. Okay, yeah, it's probably the phone. What? Oh, yeah, he didn't see it. Wow. Just like I didn't see that obvious answer. How meta. Mr. Beef Wellington. What? Don't do that. You almost gave me a heart attack. These are your glasses, aren't they? Where did you find... Oh, he admitted it. I believe the court all heard what you just confessed to. That these glasses are in fact yours. I'll tell you where they were found, Mr. Wellington. These glasses were found under the victim's body. Under the victim's body? Order. Now wait a second, hold on. I didn't confess or confirm to anything. Your Honor, I think the answer is quite clear here. As he fell, Dustin Prince grabbed the culprit's glasses. The culprit knew that he had to find his glasses and searched frantically for them. What he didn't realize was that they were under the victim's body. And that is why it took him 15 minutes to make that call. That's a long time to search. Mr. Wright, are you indicating the witness is the real murderer? Of course, that is precisely what I am doing. Oh. Oh! I know I'm right. He is the real murderer. Did you figure it out, Nick? more or less. Turns out this cell phone was the key to this case after all. Anyway, now's our chance to deep six this guy. You know what? I'll sink him in one shot. Yeah! This is so exciting watching me work again. Somehow my old self is coming back to me. It's time to sink or swim. Everything rests on the edge of a knife. This is the moment I've been waiting for. Order! Order! Your Honor, the defense is making a mockery of this court. Without any solid ground to stand on, he accuses the witness of being the murderer. Yeah, that's right. I'm no criminal. The third-rate fraud of a lawyer. In that case, why don't we look at it from a different perspective? Let's hear your explanation as to why you are not the murderer. Why, that's easy. For example, there's, the name the victim wrote. What about that? Oh, you mean the name Maggie? Yeah, even an idiot like you can read that, right? I already know that this was not written by the victim himself. After all, the defendant's name is Maggie, and the victim was left-handed. In other words, in order to make the defendant look guilty, the real criminal used the victim's right hand to write her name on the ground. But, wouldn't that mean that the real criminal was someone the defendant knew? Otherwise, how else could that person know her name was Maggie? That's a good point. The witness didn't even know of Miss Byrd before this trial. I forgot. Was there any way this creep could have known Maggie's name beforehand? Definitely the phone call! It would be best if I could prove that the witness had a chance to learn. The defendant's name was Maggie. Now, will the defense please present its case? How could the witness have known the defendant's name? Yeah. Mr. Beef Wellington, you didn't have your cell phone with you on the day of the murder, correct? So what if I didn't? When you realized you had lost it, what did you do? What did I do? Didn't you try to find it by calling it? Why, how did you... Your Honor, these questions have nothing to do with... Overruled. Mr. Wright, where are you going with this line of questioning? Do you think there is some relation between the witness's cell phone and the murder? I do, Your Honor. On the day of the murder, Maggie Byrd picked up the lost phone in the park. And she also received a phone call from the owner of the phone. Hello? Oh, thank you. I've been searching for my phone. Is this yours? Oh, I'm glad you called. We can meet up and I can give this back. I'll be right there. I'm sorry, I didn't catch your name. You can call me Maggie. That was when you learned that her name was Maggie. But you made one fatal mistake. Fatal mistake? My client's name is Maggie, but the name that was written on the ground was Maggie. This is a mistake that could only occur if all you knew was how her name sounded. Eek! Yeah, we got him. Order. But, Your Honor, the witness has no motive. And your point is? It's very simple, Your Honor. A person usually would not kill someone without a reason. Mr. Beef Wellington had no reason to kill anyone. That is absolutely correct. I don't have a motive. Mr. Wright. Your Honor? Can you explain what motive this witness could have had? It's very simple, Your Honor. Are you sure, Nick? If I said I can't offer an explanation, then the trial's over, right? Yeah, but... Oh, double penalty. Now then, please present to the court proof that the witness had a motive. The names list. The police were taking down these people, right? And if Mr. Wellington was a part of this group, then sure.
Take that!
Mr. Wellington's motive is right here. What is this? A list. These phone numbers were pulled from the memory of the phone the defendant found. And we have determined that the people on this list are members of a certain group. You looked up all those numbers. Of course. This list of phone numbers was stored in the cell phone's memory. The names and numbers belong to people who are members of a certain con artists group. What? Con artists? Can you explain why these numbers were on your phone, Mr. Wellington? This is an outrage, an invasion of privacy. Looking up the phone numbers on a person's phone is a worse crime than murder. You're one of those people. You're just like the cops who raided the brilliant artist who disrupted a genius at work with dialogue. I don't care, Mr. Wellington. All I wanted is for you to tell us what this list is about. You think any of you know what it's like to be a refined man such as me? Your Honor, this is just unjustified badgering of the witness. Blue badgering. Objection overruled. Mr. Wright, what is the meaning of this? Why would the witness have the numbers of a group of con artists on his phone? Isn't that obvious? The witness is a member of that group. Mr. Wellington is a member of this very group. No! All of your friends' phone numbers are stored right here on this phone. If anyone were to look into these phone numbers, they would all be all over for you. That is why you had to kill. No, this is too much! That does make quite a bit of sense. Well, Mr. Wellington, would you care to explain? I got you now. That police officer. Your Honor? What is it, Mr. Payne? Your Honor, this is unjustified badgering of the witness. Isn't that like the third time you've said that now? You said the exact same thing only a few seconds ago. But please, let's think about the content of that phone call. Hello? Oh, thank you. I've been searching for my phone. Is this yours? Oh, I'm glad you called. We can meet this back. The defendant had already promised that she would return the phone. After that, all Mr. Wellington had to do was meet Miss Byrde to get the phone back. Why then would he need to kill anyone? The point was the murder. Not to get the phone back. He left the phone on purpose. What does the defense think about this? If you think about it logically, then it makes sense. Maybe we should be thinking outside the box. Yeah, if we think like that, let's see. Maybe that slimeball saw something at the crime scene that made him commit murder. Your thoughts, Mr. Wright? Well, I don't think Mr. Wellington went to pick up his phone in a very friendly manner. But he was promised his phone, so why would he have been unfriendly to the defendant? I think he must have seen something that didn't agree with him when he got there. Well then, Mr. Wright, what was the something that didn't agree with the witness? That would be Dustin Prince, the policeman. What Mr. Wellington saw was the victim. The victim? You mean Dustin Prince? Oh! Dustin Prince as in dusting for prints, like a crime scene investigator would. Fuck. Anywho, Dustin Prince had can't take that name seriously anymore, had gone on his date right before his shift was over. With no time to change, he went to the park still wearing his police uniform. Oh. Yeah, the girl that picked up the phone was with a policeman. He couldn't have known they were going out, so he began to worry. He was afraid the policeman would ask a few questions before returning the phone. If I do anything suspicious, I might run a check on my phone. In his mind, it was possible they had already run a check on the phone. Ah. And he went into a panic, is what you're saying. Exactly. Officer Prince was murdered simply because he was in uniform. Mr. Payne, do you have any comments?
I'm thinking...
It seems the truth has come out at last. The witness, Mr. B. Wellington, you are... Wow, he's losing it.
Impressive, not bad for a person with third-rate education.
What's that supposed to mean? The evidence. Ah, this guy's really creeping me out. All he's been waving around and talking about is that suspicious cell phone. Suspicious phone number this, suspicious con group that. Oh, on that phone. But who's to say that phone's really mine? Where's your proof? Your evidence? You want proof that this phone is yours? Well, that phone there should be Phoenix's. Or... Wait, hold up. Wait. I already told you earlier. That phone I lost, I've already found it. You don't even have the slightest idea who the phone in your hand belongs to. But you can be sure it isn't mine, you simpleton. What? It feels good to see you squirm. We do seem to have a problem on our hands with this phone. Whose phone is it? Without knowing that, it's meaningless as evidence. Your Honor. This is bad. I can't let him turn the tables on me like this. This cell phone. There has to be something I've overlooked. There's got to be... maybe. The phone stored numbers, yeah. This phone has the names and numbers of those in the con group in its memory. I can show them to you, Your Honor. Yeah. Wellington definitely stole his phone back at some point. What are we trying to determine is who that phone belongs to? Who cares about what phone numbers are stored on it? Besides, who knows? Maybe you went and added some of those numbers in yourself. The witness is quite right. I'm afraid I have to reject the defense's proposal. That jerk is back to his arrogant, annoying self again. Cell phone. Oh. The fingerprints? I got it! We should check for fingerprints. Fingerprints? Yes, Your Honor. Mr. Wellington must have left some prints on this phone. Nick, don't you remember? When you got that from Maggie, you wiped it off. I what? You said there was sand all over it, so... What? Wiped it? I wiped it? Pretty thoroughly, too. Oh, ha 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 ha! It's also much fun watching third-rate trash babble like morons amongst themselves. He's made a complete recovery. How many times do I have to say this? My phone is right here, you see. Oh, and incidentally, you can't check the numbers stored on this phone. It must have glitched because all the numbers just magically disappeared. You've got to be joking. He erased all the numbers I was going to use as evidence. Mr. Wellington. What's this? By the tone of your voice, it sounds like you still have some fight left in you. Where did you finally find your cell phone? Oh, you are too much. And of course you have no idea what I'm talking about. Oh my god, now I remember! Huh, looks like they hung up. Ah, good. I finally found it. So that's when... What's wrong, Mr. Attorney? Why the harsh glare in your eyes? Nick, we've worked so hard to get this far, but... if you don't do something quick, he's going to get off scot-free. I know. I know this phone has to be his. But how am I supposed to prove something like that? Mr. Wright, if you cannot prove who the owner of that cell phone is, your indictment has no basis and therefore no power. It looks like you came up a penny short. Where? Where did I go wrong? Don't blame yourself. You're merely a third-rate lawyer. You only made one big mistake. Who are you? What are you? That's something you haven't figured out for yourself yet. Who I am? The court hereby concludes the cross-examination. Oh, no, I'm speaking fastly for him. Whoops. I'm doing all these voices for all these characters. It's hard to keep track of, man. Sorry. If that will be all, I'll have to bid you gentlemen and ladies goodbye. I have a reservation at that ultra-fancy restaurant on the upper side of town. Thank you for your assistance. You've had a stressful day, so please, bon appetit. What am I supposed to do? Am I supposed to just let it go at that? Raise an objection.
Hold it!
Please wait, Your Honor. All right, Nick. I think I might be able to prove it. Prove it? Prove what, Mr. Wright? Everything. Your Honor, the cross-examination has already ended. Besides, the defense is just going to badger the witness with more inane questions. You will not harass the witness. Is that clear, Mr. Wright? Did you hear that? No harassment allowed, Mr. Attorney. Please, Your Honor. Just call the phone numbers. Very well. But this is your last chance, Mr. Wright. You may present one piece of evidence to the court. I'll get one shot at this. If you cannot prove everything, it's over for your client and for you. Do you fully understand? Yes, Your Honor. I'm sure you are well aware, Your Honor, but the cross-examination period has ended. Were you paying attention, Mr. Payne? I said that Mr. Wright could present only one more piece of evidence. Oh. Now then, Mr. Wright, this is your last chance. It all comes down to this. It's go time. Looks like I can present 3 more. The business card. I hand-wrote my cell phone number on the back. What kind of crummy business card doesn't have a phone number already printed on it? Well, anyway, we can just call the number here.
Take that!
Why, thank you. How nice. Here, please have one of mine. Wait, what am I doing? This isn't the time to be exchanging business cards. Your Honor, there is something very important about that card, and that is the back of the card. This card is important because of what is on the back. You wrote your cell phone number on the back, but that's exactly it. Can you please call this number from your cell phone? Huh? Right now? but court is still in session. It's okay, you'll see. Okay, if you say so. Wow, that phone brings back memories. Is the defense preparing something, Mr. Wright? We are going to call my cell phone now. And then the court will see everything for what it is. Oh my god, I hope that Phoenix's phone ringtone is the Cornered theme song from the first game. It better be. If it's not that, I'll be mad. Of all the idiotic, stupid things to... Oh! It's the Steel Samurai theme! Okay, nope, that is a perfectly valid alternative. I'll accept it! What? Why is my phone? And what's a stupid sounding ringtone? Hey, the Steel Samurai is awesome. Mr. Wellington. How strange. I could almost swear that you're holding my phone. You're... Oh! No, it can't. By the way, before I forget, thank you very much for the lump in my head this morning. I don't think I need to explain any further, except to say... When you went to retrieve your cell phone, you mistakenly took the wrong one. Oh my god, he's turning purple. I can't believe the Beef Wellington is dead. So that is what happened. You were knocked out by Mr. Beef Wellington. He is a man who lives on his pride and self-image alone. And in order to hide his involvement with the con artist group, he has become paranoid and has lost all ability to make rational judgments. Then, Mr. Wright, the phone you're holding... It's Mr. Wellington's, naturally. Speaking of that man, how is he, Mr. Payne? He was arrested and has been taken away, Your Honor. Very well. Now then, this court finds the defendant, Maggie Byrde, not guilty. That is all. The court is adjourned. I knew that the real you would shine through eventually. I am so moved by what you've done for me, sir. Thank you so much, Mr. Wright. You know, for a woman who just lost the love of her life, she is kind of chipper. I feel really bad for Dustin. He didn't do anything to deserve this. It's probably because of me. Huh? My whole life has been nothing but a whirlwind of bad luck and failures. Your whole life? It can't be that bad, can it? Since I was 6 months old, when I fell from the 9th floor of my apartment building, I've been hit by all sorts of vehicles, gotten sick from all sorts of foods, failed at almost every test I've ever taken, experienced almost every kind of disaster, and never won or even tied at a game of tic-tac-toe. My life has really been nothing but a string of disasters. That is, pretty bad. Up until I went to college, I was known as the Goddess of Misfortune. And then, at the academy, everyone called me Lady Luckless. Lady Luckless? What's worse is that my misfortune always seems to latch onto those around me. What do you mean?
When I see someone in trouble, I always try to help.
Ah, that's right. You were talking about this earlier.
It happened again recently too, sir. There was an old lady pacing back and forth by the pedestrian crosswalk. I gave her my hand and... before I knew it, we were having dinner at my house.
What? Oh.
I'm sure that Dustin's gone because of me. That's not true. That glove didn't even have any sort of special meaning. It was just a present to say thanks for covering one of my night shifts. Oh, I see. Everything's all my fault. Dustin's death, your head being all messed up.
Well, I don't think my head is that messed up yet.
I'm going to find a new life for myself starting now. The next time we meet, I'm sure I'll have found a whole ocean's worth of good luck by then, sir.
Yeah, after all, the goddess of misfortune is only a name.
You bet. I'm gonna make it. I promise. Next time we meet, I'll only be an unlucky person instead of a goddess.
Yeah, that's the spirit. That reminds me. Maggie Bird here getting a nickname in an academy as Goddess of Misfortune. That reminds me of my own mother. In high school, I believe. Her friends, well, basically my mother earned the title Goddess of Hellfire. And that is a story for another time. Well, I'm not entirely sure she'd like me sharing, but... I said too much.
Yeah, that's the spirit. Well, Mr. Wright, Maya, I should get going. Okay, good luck to you. Thanks. You take care of yourselves too.
What a horrible day. I've got my memory back, but things are still a little fuzzy.
But you're okay. That's what counts. You really had me worried. Come on, let's go back to the office.
I'm afraid to ask, but here goes. So, this might sound bad, but, who are you? Oh God, no!
What? I thought you said you got your memory back.
At that moment, everything really did come back to me. Detective Gumshoe. He's someone I've had clashes with in the past during certain cases, but he's also been a good ally during others. The judge. He's a lovable, kind old man who is easily swayed by other people's opinions. But in the end, he always comes up with the right verdict. This person, I haven't got a clue. Maybe he's mistaking me for someone else? And this girl. Maya?
You finally remembered.
This is Maya Fey, my assistant.
That's right. I have so many unforgettable memories about her.
Yeah. For example, she thought a lake monster was real. She vandalized the wall of a studio. She called the fire department once to ask for a shower with a fire hose. What a legend.
Earth to Nick, what's wrong? You keep staring at me.
Don't tell me you've missed me.
Well, yeah, I suppose I have.
I feel like I haven't seen you in ages.
Oh? Well, I'm back now, so it's time for us to create new memories together.
Hell yeah!
Alright, sounds good.
All the phone numbers on my phone were erased by Mr. Wellington. I guess I have to start over from the very beginning.
Come on, Nick. Let's go to our usual burger joint.
Hell yeah!
Burgers.
Actually, it hasn't even been that long since she came back into my life. And that story That story began on one rainy afternoon 2 months ago. Oh. Episode 1, The Lost Turnabout. The end. Ah. Oh. I closed my eyes. Are we good? Oh, I think we're good. That was no accident. Oh. Wait, I should be closing my eyes. Whoops. Hold up. I shouldn't be looking at this. This is for next time. Okay, that sounds like a car crash. Oh, are we? Oh, I can't escape. Okay, I'm just gonna mash the text. We'll see what happens. Can I escape now? Can I escape now? Hello? This is awkward. I think this is one really long intro I have to mash through. We'll start again from this top next time. Yeah, Okay, this sounds new. Okay, yeah. Title screen. Yes. Alright, okay. Well, we've just cleared the first case of... Game 2. Goodness me. That was a fun little refresher. Yeah, I didn't really like it too much compared to the first case of the first game, but yeah, that was a pretty good enough tutorial, even though if things were transparently obvious of what went down. Mr. Wellington was kind of a lot more memorable than Sawit, though, so that's a big plus. Yeah, we got... It's very similar art, but there seems to be a lot more unique pieces of art. So I figure they were able to reuse the sprites mostly for everyone, and they were able to use their newfound freedom in the art department to make up more incidental set pieces and all that. So that's pretty good. The presentation has increased noticeably. Very nice. I wonder if Maggie Bird will show up in later cases in Game 2. Yeah. What can I say other than that? Hey, it's more Phoenix Wright. That's always a good thing. So far, I probably don't like the music in the game as much as in the first. However, that one song that's like, it's hard to explain. There's one song I like more, but otherwise I think I like the first game soundtrack better for now. We'll see what grows on me. Yeah. Well, this has been a rather long video. I didn't think the first case would last quite this long. So yes, this has been Phoenix Wright Justice for All, and I hope you will join me next time. Oh yeah, and I'm Zephyr the Jester, by the way. Until then, please take care.